Every year on October 31st, millions of people celebrate All Hallows Eve. It is the one night a year when the veil between the living and the dead thins enough to be crossed. Many people don't know about the ancient Druid holiday that inspired Halloween. Come with me to discover the history of Samhain as we look under the veil. Samhain is a Gaelic festival day beginning in the 10th century, celebrating the end of the harvest and the beginning of the dark half of the year. Since Celtic Day began and ended at sunset, it was celebrated from October 31st until November 1st, and was about halfway between the autumn equinox and the winter solstice. It was the time when the cattle were brought back down from summer pastures and when livestock were slaughtered for the winter. Bonfires were lit. They were believed to have protective and cleansing properties. Samhain was seen as a time when the boundaries between this and the other world were easier to cross. At this point in time, spirits and fairies could enter our plane. These spirits needed to be appeased to ensure that the people and their livestock would make it through the winter. Feasts were had and food and drink were left out for the souls returning to their homes and families. Mummers in costumes were part of the festivities. They would travel door to door reciting verses in hopes of being given food. It's believed they were dressing up in an attempt to fool any spirits that were about into thinking they were among their ranks. Games involving apples and nuts and divination were also important parts of Samhain. Of course, I'm sure you can see how many of these traditions became the Halloween that we know today. Dressing up to ward off ghosts became dressing up just for fun. Reciting verses for food at people's door became trick-or-treating for candy. It became a holiday that can warm the hearts of millions of people, even in the beginning of the coldest time of the year. It's certainly my favorite holiday. Thank you so much for joining me on this trip under the veil. If you enjoy spooky things like this, make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell to know when the next journey will begin. Thank you so much, friends. Good night.